you're European. All the Europeans and people from UK, people have the presumption, all of them left. Why didn't you leave?
The reality is not as sweet in Europe.
Beautiful retail, right by the sea. Why are you laughing? Today is one of the most special videos because I have Andrea with me now. Now, you have no idea how important event this is for Dubai real estate in itself. See, the kind of experience you've seen me with Andrea before as well, but she's worked with some of the biggest developers. Now, having someone, see, me being an agent, I have a certain kind of knowledge, but having someone on the inside with those kind of inside information, how to secure the best units, how to get the best discounts, because in this market, you're not going to get any below OP deals or any distressed deals because you're not going to get anything under OP. So let's make that clear. In my previous video, I've analyzed 550 distressed deals. People say below market. They're not going to say below OP. Your best shot is going to get of getting minus OP. Your best deals or financial plans is with this person right here. And I'm not going to talk anymore. Andrea is going to discuss today on which investments we should be targeting, but she wants to start with the roots of how Dubai began.
What do you want this place to be?
I want it to be number one.
So I'm going to just give it to Andrea. Andrea?
So first,
yeah,
I want to make it obvious that I started to work with you.
That's crazy.
So I'm not speaking from a developer anymore.
She's not a developer anymore.
We are a team right now.
Yeah, we're a team. She's my partner now. Business partner.
Partners.
Yeah, we're partners.
So what I'm trying to do is to move a little bit further with your strategy. You know, I'm a financial consultant.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a number lady.
Yeah.
I'm very good to see the market and translate the market from a very easy perspective as an individual, right?
Yeah.
So my plan is right now to take the geography of Dubai. I'm going to spread it into 5 parts. Why? Because the strategy of 2040 speaks about 5 zones.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take one by one and I'm going to express, I'm going to explain what's happening in the area. And they're going to give the potential into numbers and into investments and into leverages for every single area.
I love that idea. You know, she's going to cover, so Dubai has how many zones?
5 zones.
5 zones. She's going to cover every single zone. And that's what about Andrea, right? She loves giving clarity, like absolute clarity, absolute data, hence our synergy. So let's begin. Let's start.
So we are in the Old Dubai. We are in heart of Dubai.
Yeah.
We are where the city actually started. We are in the place that holds the biggest amounts of money as an area.
Historical Dubai.
It's the historical Dubai. So what the government is trying to do by 2040, and it's something that actually you can start to see from now because they started to invest the money.
Okay, I'll show that. Yeah.
They're trying to make the zone 1, which is actually the Deira and the Burj Dubai area. They will extend it to the water, to the coastline, and they're making this the historical cultural hub of the city. This is the most important part of the city, and the government will never give up to this.
You know, so she mentioned that a lot of people in the West think that Dubai has no soul. So today we're going to show you the soul of Dubai. Where they actually said, you know, it's rich heritage, it's culture.
Yes.
So over here, so over there you can see all the boats. We'll be taking you through the boats as well. So this is how we started, right? The trade with Persia, with India, Asia, you know, the entire trade routes.
So what they're doing, they're connecting 7 different markets, okay? So you're getting from this area, they're connecting the spice market, the gold souk, the carpets one, the perfumes, etc. It's altogether they're almost 2 kilometers, and it's an investment of 9.5 million dirham just by reshaping. Now, this is still the raw part of the city. When we're going to cross on the other side, you can see actually what they're doing with the money. So as I was saying, this is almost 2 kilometers of markets where the government started to put a lot of money. They will extend on Shudaga corridor on 5.3 billion investment. I will also show you that. The cheese is very beautiful heart. Now, most of the people that they live here, live here their whole life. We speak about a very big ecosystem. We speak about all the businessmen. They are very stable. They come with their families. They have their employers. And this is the anchor of the city in which way? During these last few months, we have seen the biggest renewal contracts in the Deira site. Why? Yeah, also because we have this gap. They're not freehold properties, most of them, and people, they have to go on the rental. But when you open some opportunities on the coastline and you mix that with the water aspect, for sure they're going to jump on that. So what I expect from this area, people to move a little bit on the new potential on the water, on the coastline water. But this stays as a heritage, this is as a cultural. And you can see people are actually here. They don't move.
No, see, what I think this is the most important part of this video. What we're showing is this part of Dubai is a constant. Maybe you're not seeing it, but this crowd does not move in case of any turbulence. And these are not your regular people as well. They seem like regular, they're very simple, but you have a lot of wealth in this region, a lot of wealth. We were just discussing when we go to the gold souk, 75% of them are buyers, so we're like, okay, we're trying to educate the world about a side of Dubai that you're not seeing. It's not just Dubai Marina and Palm Jumeirah. Over there, yes, you have your new money. This is the real money, the old money.
What I want to showcase in this area is, if I'm moving from the old side of the city, where it's obvious the government is putting money, so it's making an anchor here, but I'm moving to an area that becomes freehold. It's a waterfront destination where it's a kind of 50% discount compared to the premium coastline. I will show you the numbers. It becomes a no-brainer. Why? Because we are just at the border with Sharjah. Can I go can I extend the water in that area? I cannot. We're going to be limited by, in the water, by the reef. I'm going to give you the details about the reef. I cannot extend the water anymore, right? And right now in Deira, it's about moving towards the water, not going into the land.
So today's video, we're going to summarize basically, we're going to cover zone 1. Dubai has 5 zones. In zone 1, this location, of course, we're trying to give you a bit of the roots, but this location, zone 1, we're going to majorly cover Maritime City and Dubai Islands. Why it's important, this population, we're trying to explain the current population over here. And anything else we're going to cover in this video?
More or less, that's going to be the idea.
This is the idea? Yes. This is the main idea. And then leveraging her experience, how to secure the best deals using the experience of somebody who's been on the inside, correct?
Now, as a consultant, what I'm trying to do is to give the potential, the backside of the potential in the area, okay? Yeah, I'm trying to focus on what's happening in Maritime City, in Port Rashid. I'm trying to focus on what's happening in Dubai Islands, but this is my anchor for the investor. But coming from a developer side, actually, I'm the one who knows how to negotiate better a deal, who knows how to select better a unit, who understands better the views, the floor plan, what means absorption for a typology.
Which units developers push to sell, which is their crap stock and which is the actual good stock. She knows the difference.
And if is there any discount, I'm going to get it for sure.
100%.
This is the real Dubai. This is where everything has started. And actually, you can see that into the building. If we look around, just because of the proximity, people have chosen to live in those places. It's not a freehold area. I repeat that. Yeah, they are all rental. But those people actually, they own most of the villas in the Palm Jumeirah. And they choose to stay here just because of the proximity. Any single shop from here, any single owner from those areas, they own a lot of properties in Dubai. And I remember when I was in Jamak, they were my best bulk buyers. We are just at the intersection of all the markets that I was telling you. And I just want to show you something. I want to show you some piece of goals that, yeah, they're heritage for the city, but actually they're like, they worth more than a property that I am trying to present to you a little bit later. Like something like this, they use for events, they use for weddings. It can be 1-2 million dirham, even more than that. That's the down payment for a big villa. That's a 1-bedroom apartment, even in the waterfront. This is Dubai. The quantity of gold you have over here, I know everyone thinks it's cheaper in Dubai. It's not cheaper in Dubai. The gold is everywhere, the same price. I know right now in this period, the gold is one of the best, like, easiest way to keep money on the side because, yeah, it's the resilient way to keep the money. It's a resilient currency. You go on the stock market right now, the gold is going $4,000 and above, I think 4,500 as per today. But this is the way you keep the gold, like you buy the gold as a bar. We do have diamonds, we do have gold. You know, Dubai has a very big reserves underground, like around 90 billion barrels of oil. Despite the situation, the markets are still crowded. We are in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week. That's the most popular way. But I just want to show you a little bit the raw part of the city, a little bit the heart of the city. So now we're gonna try to move on the other side. We're gonna move with Zohaib by boat. I want to show you where the government put most of that 9.5 million dirham. I believe this is the most honest view that you can get in Dubai Waterfront area. So we're gonna go in that direction. We are getting connected on the canal with the Al Jadaf area, with the business bay. You go through the Billionaire Row and you end up in the Bulgaria Island. That's the key. On the other side behind, we're gonna get connected right behind the Shindaga corridor, and we're gonna go to the area that we want to focus today. We go to Mina Rashi, Kupor to Maritime City and to Dubai Islands, right?
So Dubai Islands in March 2026 was the number one, March 2026, okay, where this is prime of conflict. 402 transactions, 1.3 billion in March. It was number one, not Palm, not Dubai Marina. Dubai Island was number one.
Now, why this is happening? Because Dubai Islands has a potential of a better leverage. You have a mix of developers, you have a very big land, there are 5 islands, 250,000 people can accommodate the island by 2040. That's a massive number. But those developers in those kind of periods, they're willing to negotiate on the leverage. They're willing to give a better payment plan. We are looking to 20, 80, 30, 70, 40, 60,
Buyback
50,
agreements,
50.
guaranteed ROI.
It's crazy. Where we are sitting right now in Deira, why I wanted to start here. This is a mix of government entities. You have Dubai Court, you have DLD, you have the embassies, the biggest embassies that Dubai has. They're sitting here, they're sitting in this area.
See, actually, this area gives me a lot of nostalgia. Because as a kid, I used to actually travel with my dad. So we used to live on the other side. And my dad used to work. So HSBC in Deira over here. And so we used to actually take the one dirham boat and go.
Yeah, so what was my plan?
Yeah.
The old part, the gold souk, the spice market, I'm trying to connect that where you can see these 9.5 million that the government start to put into the market. So on this side, you're going to see the fancy parts of the old town.
I see the fancy part.
Whoever speaks about Dubai speaks about Burj Khalifa, and people are coming to Dubai to see Burj Khalifa, to party, to see the superficial side of the city. And you're going to go to Marrakech for this. So in Dubai, you can have everything. You can have the historical side. We have a lot of money for the government coming into this area. So whatever you see right now is going actually further. But you have also the superficial fancy side that everyone is looking for nowadays.
But people don't realize like this. Oh, this is beautiful. And so this is the soul of Dubai. This is where it all started. And but what's your take on the market? Like a European's angle. What's your take?
Where should I start? First, like, I don't think anything gonna happen in this country gonna make me go back. And with this, I think I'm saying everything. I do feel like I'm European. I do feel the resilient. I do understand why people will just stay quiet in those periods. But I will speak from my experience. Like, I'm an investor myself. You know that. I have properties in different cities, in different countries, and I'm a homeowner here in Dubai. In COVID situation, I was buying and everyone told, like I said, I'm crazy. I bought in the first month of COVID because I saw the better leverage from my investment. Why? Let's be honest. If you're an investor, you're like investing every single month, every single year, 100 million, 50 million. It's going back and forth. The whole portfolio should be on plus. So you may lose on something or not. But people that are investing, they have the capacity to invest in 1, 2 units. They do rely on the leverage. And this is the period where actually developers are more confident and comfortable to give you something.
Now, when she says that there's opportunity for leverage, the beauty of this place is your market leaders, Imar, Nakhil, Miras, Dubai Holdings, are holding on. So you have your anchors in place. So you don't think, oh, yes, Dubai is crashing. The market leaders haven't budged a single dirham, a single discount, nothing. We are looking at where can we find opportunity. Why don't you go back?
Why Europe?
Why don't you go?
Where?
See, for
Go
example,
where?
say, for example,
Go where's we? Do what?
The Indians and Pakistanis here, we said, listen, we have nowhere to go back. We don't want to go back. So we're staying here. You're European. All the Europeans and people from UK, people have the presumption, all of them left. Why didn't you leave?
And go where? I'm coming from Romania. The reality is not as sweet in Europe as people they want to do. The media has used what happened in this area as a tool to keep their people home.
But
I will not go home like
why?
that.
Why aren't you going?
Because
what is the difference
Go
between living in Romania and living in Dubai? What's the
go where?
difference?
To pay 50% taxes to a country that I know I cannot survive. I was the experiment of COVID situation in Romania. I had my own company, and I had a company that were top three the most sensitive activities. You had the hospitality, it was completely down. You had the transport, and you had whatever is manufactured and supporting malls. I had transport and manufacture supporting like malls. I was one of the few companies that managed to double the number of employees just because I managed to find a place where to move, to shift my business. But the government did nothing.
I want to add this over here. I'm so sorry. But at the same time, Dubai, we
How
supplied
much?
1 billion to smaller businesses.
Yeah.
Because I'm part of that. I'm a medium-sized business. I have 40 employees. So they reduced on my VAT. They reduced on several charges of mine. We had people from the government asking us any support we require from their side, you know. And the banks were given 1 trillion. The sovereign wealth funds are investing. They came together with $5 trillion and investing $25 billion into energies and stocks across the world. So, you know, they're constantly making that kind of money, and that is why they're not sucking our blood out.
I'm addicted to this city. I'm not coming from somewhere where it was better. I'm coming from somewhere where I couldn't survive. I will never go back. That's my bottom line.
I want to add one more thing over here. So just today morning, I had a call from an investor of mine from Australia. He was like, so he has 2 3-bedroom apartments in Imperial Avenue. You can check what I'm saying in Dubai Rest app. So during the peak, okay, that I'm talking about between March 12th and March 17th, okay, we rented out his apartment for 300,000, and now second apartment listed today. We got 3 inquiries, all ready to put down the check. So we bought this 3-bed for around 4.5 million dirhams. He told me, Zohaib, I have a property in Australia. I bought it for $6 million. $6 million. I have not found a tenant or someone who's able to pay this rent for the last 2 months. He's like, this. You think situation in Dubai is bad?
Yeah.
Situation in Australia is way, way worse. There's no opportunity, and we're comparing your country, which is apparently in a war zone, is performing way better than our country, which is it's absolutely fine, which is Melbourne. He's calling the investor was from Melbourne.
Why Dubai gonna stand? How much money we have in the reserve right now?
Yeah.
1 trillion.
Yeah.
1 trillion dirham. Like no country in the world has actually reserves.
Sovereign wealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do have that to cover months and months. But it's not only about that. This location, like being in the middle of Middle East and Dubai, this is not a surprise. I knew I'm moving in the middle of the conflict. I knew I'm moving to the Middle East. When our investors, they put money, when everywhere was like going on the hype of Dubai, we knew that. But also this geography is helping us. We are a strategic point. We are between Asia, we are between Europe, we are between Africa, and we are a very important factor for US.
The US and China.
And China.
We're
How
in-
much money China is putting in a year in Dubai?
Beijing's president and Beijing's foreign minister explicitly came online, came on the media and said UAE is extremely important for us. So both US and Beijing, we are extremely important for both, and that's why we're critical.
Yeah. Why? China is putting $95 billion into trade every single year.
Yeah.
You know how much MR closed last year? $22 billion. And everyone says we rely on selling properties, we rely on tourism. That's not true.
That's not true.
China is putting 5 times more than MR has the capacity to sell in a year.
Yeah.
India is trading $85 billion in a year. Africa is actually even worse. Most of the goods, they're like trading through Dubai. Why? Dubai has a very cool strategy. We have the free zone. We are in the middle of everything. So we have this policy, this strategy of free stock. The goods are coming to Dubai. They don't stay to Dubai. They go through Dubai.
Yeah.
And Africa is relying on that.
Yeah.
All the goods that are going to Africa, they're actually coming through Dubai. Should I speak about UK, how much money they have invested? Should I speak about US? Not only about the biggest companies they have the hub in the Middle East, which they choose is Dubai. Convenient, it's tax-free, right?
UK is another place where the Prime Minister came himself and said that we require a de-escalation here because we are heavily dependent on the Middle East. So it's not a place that can just, So why this is very important, Andrea, is that it has to come from a European's mouth. If I say, they're like, Indian.
But it's not only about that. Now let's think on the other side. Those are facts. We know if Dubai will go down, the whole global market will collapse or will suffer. We know that.
Yep.
I have a company, okay? My company for 3 months is not producing, is not on profit. My operational cost is huge. What do you think is going to happen with Dubai? It's working as a company. The construction cost actually is going very high. Why? The petrol price is going up, the inflation is going up, the power to buy is going down, everything around you is going to get more expensive. People are waiting for the market to crash. People are looking for distress. You had your own YouTube channel about the distress. This is not happening. We know this is not happening. You are stopping as a developer. MR is stopping the construction, the launches for 3-4 months. After 4 months with the new launch, what's going to happen with the prices? It's going to go up. The plots were traded in a very high market. Right now, there are not empty plots in Dubai. There's reality. Not even MR can acquire like plots right now. The construction cost is going very high, and it's coming after 3-4 months where the operation was very hard even for the big developers.
Yeah.
So what do you expect the prices? Where they're going to go? So what the developers are doing right now, they don't do launches. Yeah, it's true. Yesterday we had a beautiful launch from Shoba. They showed actually the market is going through. That was in Abu Dhabi. Beautiful investment. They still have few units over there. We can look to a very smart investment. But most of the developers, they take the inventory they still have, and even if they have to lose some of the profit, they have to sell because they need to cover the operational costs. So what they did on this, they get better payment plans. And then when the client was confident enough to go with 2-3 units, even more than that, they were more flexible to give discounts. And we also managed to give discounts for 1 unit only. Why? Because as a business, I'm willing to lose some of my profit for 3-4 months because I'm seeing the bigger picture. But when I have to come with a new product on the market, I have to take back my profit. So the price is going to go up. And this is not science fiction. This is pure mathematics, and that's going to make a lot of logic mostly for the businessman.
So let's go and see some of these options. Like I said, we're going to find deals now with developers, and let's see where we should hunt for deals. So we're going to the number 1 spot, Zone 1, March 2026, 1.3 billion, 402 transactions. Why did people buy here, and what were the deals? So we're in Zone 1, correct?
Still in Zone 1, yeah.
So can you explain to them what is Zone 1? Which areas are Zone 1?
Now with Zone 1, we're going to go just on Deira side.
Okay.
We are going on Old Dubai, and from there we are going to the coastal line. Now this coastal line is actually the regeneration of the old city. Basically, people are coming from the Deira Old Dubai and not having the option of buying something over there because we spoke, like it's not a freehold area. Whenever, like when Nahil came in the first time with the villas in Dubai Islands, remember? All that crown jump on the villas. Why? This is the reality. This is the place where actually they can move and they can own something.
Yeah.
Now, I will divide this potential on the coastline. We are speaking about Maritime City. We are speaking about Mina Rashid, and we are speaking about Dubai Islands. But I want to give another angle because we are in a resilient market right now. We spoke about that, I do understand. But we speak about Omniat, we speak about MR, and we speak about Nahir. We have 3 master plans. We have government developers.
Omniat, Imar, Naki.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Those guys going to make sure the master plan is one of the best.
Now, very important fact a lot of people miss. This entire area, if you study Imar's master plan, it says Dubai Mall by the sea. So this is going to be like the most beautiful retail right by the sea. And so I don't know which country you're watching from, but this area can be compared to a Monaco or a San Diego, a Miami, a Marbella. So these are the areas that you could compare it to. Maybe we should make a video on like prices per square foot in these areas. In Sydney also, there's
Yeah,
the
I will
name,
make a
Banana-
reel actually
Banana-
on to compare that. Now, what I have done already,
Yeah.
I try to compare everything on the water, whatever extension you have from the water, in a primary price from the blue water till this point. So we are speaking about 5,500, even 6,000 primary today.
Okay.
Coming over here, 3,000, even below 3,000 in Dubai Islands. That's a 50% discount.
Wow.
This is not underpriced. This is early waterfront price.
Correct.
50% discount. Now, what's going to happen? Same water. It's same city.
Yes.
It's same strategy.
Just
It's
closer
just a
to
different
downtown.
circle.
Closer to
Closer
downtown.
and better views to the downtown. And
Yeah,
actually, you are getting the water with Burj Khalifa view.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a unit, 90 degrees, 270 degrees, 360 degrees,
Yeah.
and you're seeing both of them.
So okay, so as a developer's, let's say, agent, okay, with the previous, which units, what prices, what payment plans? Tell me, like, give us some more inside scoop, scoop.
Okay, now we are sitting in the Prim waterfront and we are speaking about very big developers.
Yep.
So normally those developers, they tend to have a payment plan from 50-50 to 80-20.
Correct.
Resilient market, we can get something after negotiation 40-60, 50-50 with the same prime developers. We go to Dubai Islands with a boutique one, we can get even better than that. Here and there, some discounts may be possible.
Okay.
But the leverage actually makes a lot of sense.
So earlier products that were selling at 80-20, 70-30, we can get it around 50-50
Yeah.
with a lot with negotiation and maybe 40-60, correct?
Yeah.
And anything else? The best units?
I'm from the developer side.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Now, I will give you some tricks from the market because whenever I call Zohaib and I'm telling him I have this unit, most of the times you'll be surprised, but the agents or the clients, they don't look to the floor plan. You have on the floor plan 20 units.
Yep.
How many units you're going to have studios or 1 bedroom? How many units you're going to have 2 bedroom and above? 3-4 doors maximum on the floor going to be 2 bedroom and above. Now, the reality is like this. The absorption on the primary market is very strong for studios in 1 bedroom. Why? It's an affordable product. A lot of people can enter that. However, you have the same absorption for the 2 beds. Like, funny, right?
Correct.
But on the secondary market, it's a little bit different because my 2 bedroom going to have a way better absorption. First, because I don't have a lot of supply on that.
Yeah.
But second, because I'm getting one of the best clients that you can have worldwide, which is a mortgage client.
Yeah.
My mortgage client can pay 15,000 per month instead of 10,000 per month.
Correct.
And what he gonna do? He just gonna upgrade because as an individual, I will tend to rent out. But as a family, I will tend to get a mortgage.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So my experience, it's actually a 2 bedroom and above will perform all the time in terms of the rent and in terms of the resale.
Just yesterday, I had 2 fantastic deals, which I'd like to say. Again, very, very strong developer. There's something that's getting ready next year. And I managed to negotiate 30-70. That's insane. And again, top tier 1 developer, okay? Imagine the leverage that you get.
Perfect mortgage. Easy mortgage.
Right? And then again, probably the number one developer, like in terms of quality of construction, people love this developer, okay? They love them more than EMA when it comes to quality of construction. I managed on the table to get -7%. So imagine OP -7%.
Then the better payment plan.
And that's impossible to get in the ready market. In ready market, you can get OP.
Now let's get an example.
Yeah.
It's gonna be much easier for that.
Yeah.
Let's say in that area, in Maritime City, very good long-term, short-term rental. Long-term, you have a lot of offices behind the marine logistic over there, and then short-term, of course, it's a waterfront, right? It's prime waterfront. So let's make it a little bit more easier.
Okay.
We take a clear example. That area, beautiful area, has a very good potential, long-term, short-term. Short-term, yeah, you can see it's a cruise hub. We are getting 1 million tourists every single year only from the tourists, from the cruise hub.
Okay.
This is the biggest in the whole Middle East. But you also have all the hub, all the logistic, all the offices of the marine business in the area, right? So I can do a long-term, I can do a short-term. However, a two-beds right now, we can secure more or less 4 million. Could be slightly less, more higher, but let's say 4 million. We can manage this negotiation a 40-60 payment plan. This is going to be ready in 3 years and a half. 3 years, 3 years and a half. 2029, almost end of 2029. 40% from 4 million, it's actually 1.6 million.
1.6 million.
2 beds, waterfront.
With that view, right?
Omniat community.
That's insane.
Where you have to pay 1.6 million in 3 years and a half.
That's crazy.
How much is the 2 beds in La Mer right now?
And they're building a little jungle over there. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
First forest jungle, on the water.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful community.
It is.
And that kind of community and that kind of end product, you don't find it right now in the existing inventory of Dubai.
Yeah.
You have over there La Mer. How much is the 2 beds right now?
Oh.
Ready.
What, 7.5?
Let's say 6.
7.5?
Let's say 5.5.
7?
Let's say 5.5. I'm challenging everyone. I don't want anyone to put questions on my numbers.
Okay.
Let's say 5.5. How much you invested? 1.6?
And you make close to
It's
a million.
100% return investment, your equity.
And you can't
That's
do
crazy.
that. You can't do that anywhere else in the world.
You cannot. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And I'm not actually exaggerating with anything.
Yeah.
It's a waterfront.
Yeah.
You have strong development. I show you the potential that's behind, that's coming with a very strong government support. Everything you have behind those locations. So we have Maritime City. We are sitting right now in Port Rashid. And then you have Dubai Islands. Everything is connecting with Shidaga corridor.
Omniat, Emaar, and Nakheel, the most powerful developers of the region. Emaar did not flinch, not 1 dirham they reduced, no discount, nothing. Such strong anchors.
And same payment plan.
And did not move anything. If someone came with extension, they're like, excuse me, we're on track, relax, calm down. That's it. It's amazing. Yeah.
Everything you have behind those communities is supported by 5.3 billion investment from the government just into 18 kilometers of bridges, 15 kilometers of intersections, 5 bridges. Which government in this world is putting money in the logistic, in the infrastructure, before the handover of the residential in the same area?
So we're clear. So if you want, so Andrea is starting her own YouTube channel. So please do check out the channel. Please like, share, subscribe. I think she's one of the most brilliant consultants, and you saw her plan. She's going to cover the whole of Dubai. There are 5 zones. This is zone 1. The next video is a bit of a twist, of course. We're gonna cover Disney World first, and then we'll come back to zone 2. But next is Disney World, where Andrea is gonna go on all the rides and show.
We are going to Abu Dhabi.
We're going to Abu Dhabi. Yeah, that's next. And so please do like, share, subscribe. It's very hard to get that combination, someone who really understands what the internal politics are, and to get those best units and to get those maximum leverage. I think that's the biggest advantage right now, leverage, and that's what Andrea offers you. So if you're looking for those where to invest in this market and absolutely prime investments, this is probably one of the best people that you can connect with.
And trust me, no one on the market can put better, more pressure on the developers than I can do. I'm part of the system.
I know that.
I know the system.
I've seen that.
I don't need a developer to do a booking. I don't need a developer to select a unit. I know how to do it.
Andrea has, oh my God, the stuff, like she's gone all the way to make sure things happen. If it has to happen, that's the power of a woman. I can't do it. When they're convinced and want to get something done, they will get it done. There's no excuses over there, 100%. So
see you in Abu Dhabi.
What is zone 2? What is zone 2?
Zone 2, my anchor gonna be the DIFC area and surrounding.
But I'm excited about Disney World, actually.
Yeah.
She gave me a lot of perspective. You should watch that video.
I've been 4 times to Disneyland, so yeah.
She's going to give a lot of interesting perspective. You should watch that video, the next video. And yeah, if you need best deals in the market right now, really a deeper understanding, contact Andrea.